Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this Easy Generator transfer switch. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So I've previously purchased one of these with my own money. An Easy Generator contacted me and said they had an updated version and asked if I wanted one sent out, and I said sure. I've had an idea for a second one of these, so it was good timing. So this is a transfer switch for one device. So here are the instructions. I'll go over that in a minute. Let's get this out so we can take a better look at it. So here's the device. So oftentimes people will get a generator so they can power their house in emergencies and such, but along with the generator you need a way to connect it up to things. So for very large generators, a person might get a large transfer switch and hook it into their main panel, and that can run maybe their whole house or just some key circuits, but not everyone wants or needs that. In my situation, I want to run three things. I want to run my furnace, my fridge, and my freezer. So I have an Easy Generator switch on my furnace. That's a great application for that because a furnace does not have a plug on it. So this adds the ability to plug your furnace in. Now my freezer is in my basement near my furnace and it has a cord on it. I can easily just plug into a generator, or in my case I use a portable power station. Now the third thing would be my refrigerator. My refrigerator is upstairs, so if the power goes out I need to pull it away from the wall and it's very heavy. I have to hook an extension cord up to it, run that down the basement steps and into my battery. So that's very inconvenient, can be a little bit dangerous, and it's just really not practical. So a better solution is to use the Easy Generator switch. So this will connect up near my main panel, and for my furnace I hooked it up near the furnace. So you could hook it up near the appliance or device you want to use it with. You could hook it up near your service panel or really anywhere in between. So here we can stick an extension cord in here. We plug the other end into our generator or battery, and then we use this switch to switch between the generator off and normal. So this also has a 15 amp circuit breaker on it. And let's pull this out a little bit or pull it to the side. It has a ground that's connected down here. And one of the changes between the previous one of these I purchased and this one is it comes with the offset nipple. So this is a very handy thing to have. This allows you to connect it up to your service panel or another box. So this would go in one of the punch outs here. And since this is offset, if we have a box here, if this is at a different level, it can move up or down. So that's the nice thing about offset. If this was straight, it would have to be at the exact same level as your other box, but the offset allows you to have different variations there. So the reason I initially chose this, it just seemed to have high build quality, and once I got it, it definitely did. It has nice quality components in it. It's going to hold up. It's not going to fall apart. And when you're dealing with electricity, you're dealing with emergency situations, you want something to be very high quality and reliable. And it's also made in the USA. So here we have the pigtails connecting this. Let me pull these out, and we have the grounds. So I do want to say that I'm not an electrician, and if you're not comfortable working with electricity, if you don't know how to do it safely, you should find someone to help you. So the reason you want to use something like this is when you hook a generator or battery up to this, you don't want to backfeed into the grid. And this will completely sever that circuit. So here we have the instructions. We have 5 wires here. We have the red, that's the line side. And then we have the white line side neutral. So that is labeled neutral line. So we want the red and the white line neutral to connect up to our power. Then we have the bare ground. And then we have the neutral load side and the black load. And that goes to your circuit or your equipment. And this switches the neutrals. So you'll need to figure out which instructions you need. This says connections for bonded neutral generator at panel, switching neutrals. This says connections for bonded neutral generator at equipment, switching neutrals. Here are the instructions for changing from a switch neutral to an unswitched neutral, which is used for floating neutral generator, so you can read through those. And on the back side here we have floating neutral generator connections at panel and floating neutral generator connections at equipment and how to wire those up. So you'll have to research your equipment and figure out exactly how you need to wire this, and at that point it's pretty straightforward. So I'm going to get this connected up to my service panel, and I'm not going to show that part. I'll defer that to qualified electricians, and then I'll go over its usage. Okay, so I have the transfer switch installed. You can see it over here to the right. It's connected up with the offset nipple. So that is a very clean look here. So the wiring in this is connected up on the refrigerator circuit of the panel, and this is a sub panel. You could do the exact same thing with the main panel. So if I want to power my fridge now, I can take an extension cable, and you want to make sure you have a nicely rated one. Now fridges don't take a tremendous amount of power, at least mine doesn't, so I'll plug that in there. And in my case I'm going to be using a portable power station. So this is a Blue Eddy AC 200p. So I'll plug the power into one of the AC lines here. I'll turn it on. I'll activate my AC power. I'll go up here to the transfer switch and I'll switch it to generator. Let me see if I can make this bigger. Here we go. So now we can see that it's currently drawing 108 watts from this power station. So the wattage this uses can vary. Now it might go through a defrost cycle where that will go up really high. I think it goes up to like 800 watts or something for a short period of time. But this fridge would run quite a while on a power station like this. Now if it's wintertime, I might want to run my furnace and the fridge with this both, and this will handle that, but you'll have lower runtime. Now in the wintertime, the fridge might not need to run as long. So someday I hope to get solar hooked up to this, and if I can get solar hooked up to this, which I could hook 500 watts of solar up, then I could potentially run my fridge indefinitely, so long as there's sun out, because the fridge will only draw this when it's running, and there's a little overhead with the power station. So this is using it with a power station. Otherwise, you could hook this up to a generator and have a similar result. I do like having this battery though. I could have my fridge plugged in within minutes, although there's no reason to plug it in that soon. But even if the weather's super bad outside with snow or rain or something, this is incredibly easy. And even if I get a generator someday, I'll probably just use it to recharge the battery. So that's the easy generator switch. If you're looking for an easy and safe way to hook a generator up to your home's electrical system, I think this is a great option. You can get some very shady equipment and some very shady techniques for hooking into your electrical system, and that can be unsafe for you. It can be unsafe for the line workers. This is really the proper way to do it. And I like the quality of this. This should last the life of my house. It's also super easy to understand. So if I have to tell someone else how to use this, it's not going to be a problem. I'll just tell them, plug this in here, plug it into the battery or generator, and switch it to generator, and you're good to go. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.